Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you my version of Duchess potatoes, which are fancy piped potato situations that I wouldn't normally be into because anything piped and fancy isn't my thing. But I'm going to share with you how to make a prime rib for your holiday table. And you got to have a potato starch. You got to have a potato a starch or a potato of some sort. Certainly, you could do my delicious family style mashed potatoes, however much of it you want. And those really are fantastic. But there's something about a slice of prime rib on your plate with a Duchess potato alongside. It just elevates things a little bit. And the great thing is you can do these and pipe them on your baking sheet, right? And pop them in the fridge for hours so that you can get these done in the morning and then bake them off as your prime rib is resting. So they're fancy. They're a little bit more than I would normally do, but it is the holidays. I'm feeling very jolly, and I'm just feeling all the things. So what I have here are some russet. Whatever potato you love is the potato you should use. I like a russet potato. It's nice and fluffy. I also have a whole head of garlic here that I'm going to peel. Now, I'm going to add all the cloves of garlic to the water with my potatoes and bring them to a boil because I want a garlic parmesan situation to happen, but I don't want strong garlic by adding garlic at the end, like fresh garlic. I want a real mild, sweet garlic flavor running through the whole thing. So in order to do that, we're going to have to cook the garlic alongside the potatoes, and it works out perfectly. So all I've done is I've just taken my potatoes, add them to my plate now, just until I get them all chopped up and I get the garlic peeled. Now please, all I'm saying is this. Resist the urge to make Duchess potatoes with mashed potato mixture because a mashed potato mixture is really loose. There's a lot of butter, there's a lot of cream, there's a lot of milk, there's a lot of stuff going on. They'll never hold. They will flatten in your oven and you will be so upset. So just follow my method. It will work out perfectly. So all I'm going to do, this is what I did to the garlic cloves. I just smash them, peel them like that. I'm going to add all of this garlic and potatoes to a large pot with water. Add a generous pinch of salt. Bring this to a boil and cook them together until the potatoes are tender. When they're there, I'll show you the next step. Once your potatoes are soft, I just drain them. And I like using a potato ricer for this because I want to make sure everything's really, really smooth. But you can use a regular potato masher. You take some of your potatoes and garlic. You fill your ricer about 3/4 of the way. Not more than that, otherwise it'll be a little bit too hard to... Okay, this is a tip that my nonna gave me years ago. You take a towel, when you're using a potato ricer that is, you take a towel and you sort of like drape it over top because what happens is it'll start to splatter and you don't want potatoes to go all over your kitchen. So I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. See? It's nice and smooth. So I'm going to continue to do that. I've got heavy cream, butter, egg yolks, lots of Parmigiano, black pepper. I don't need any more salt because I salted my water really, really well when I was boiling the potatoes, so it doesn't need any more salt. Oven's preheated to 425. I'm just going to keep on ricing. Clearly didn't listen to my nonna well enough because I still made a mess. I'm just going to take my butter. I'm going to add the butter right in, and then the heat of the potato will start to melt the butter. But what you can also do is you can just pop the butter and the heavy cream in the microwave or in a saucepan for a minute, but it's going to be perfect, don't worry. I want lots of cracked black pepper. Like I said, the cream. I'm just going to mix everything together really well, and then I'm just going to let it cool for just a couple of minutes before we add the egg yolks. Now we add the egg yolks. So this is your binder. You want to make sure that you do not leave them out. You want to make sure that you incorporate them really well. The oven is ready and I am about ready for it. There's a nice little mixer in. Parmigiano Reggiano, lots of it. I want that garlic and that Parmesan flavor to be really dominant here. So stir that in. I've got a piping bag fitted. I know, I feel like, who am I? Okay, who is this? But I'm telling you, I made this a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic, and loved every minute of eating that Duchess potato. Piping bag fitted with like a large star tip. This is a Wilton 1M. The size is 1M. Works perfectly. So whatever star tip you got, I'm sure will be fine. I'm gonna bring my baking sheet closer to me. You can get to the point of where I'm about to do now, of piping them and then putting them in the fridge for hours. So if you want to get this done in the morning and then bake them, like I said earlier, when the prime rib comes out and it rests, well, that's fantastic, because now you have a showstopper of a side that you can prep ahead of time. You know what I mean? Don't make these too wide. I do about 2 by 2. Show you what I mean. Something along the lines of that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on piping, you know, easy but so pretty. And even though you are piping and you're doing a few fancy things here, a few fancy swirls, it's not difficult. A little time consuming, but not difficult, and it really does add a level of you know, grand and spectacular. Like, you've gone a little bit further than just making mashed potatoes, you know, especially for a special occasion. I say go for it. Now here's what I do. I take a little bit of butter. You hardly even touch your little rosettes here. Kind of just dribbles right in there. And you just do that. And it makes them so fantastic. And I'm also going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese before I pop them into the oven. Now, some recipes call for you to do this with a beaten egg, which I think is really difficult to do, because it's, you know, a beaten egg is not just going to drizzle down easily like butter does, and you'll mess up all of the work you just did. But also, I mean, unless you like the flavor of egg, because it comes out to taste very eggy, and I'm not into that. What I'm gonna do really quickly, which I have off camera, is I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of each one, pop them into the oven for 15-ish minutes or so. I'll show you what they look like when they're done. I'm just gonna make another sheet pan. These babies were in the oven for about 20-ish minutes. I took them out a few minutes ago just to let them cool down a bit so that they sort of set, and they are perfect, and they do smell fantastic, I have to say. So if you are gonna be serving like a nice fish or like a big hunk of something wonderful, then these would be a really great side. But it would just elevate things a little bit. And the fact that you can prep them and pipe them in the morning gives you no excuse not to. Do you know what I mean? And they're phenomenal. They really are. They're so simple, but you get good texture on the outside. That garlic and Parmesan flavor is there. They're lovely. Some chives in there would really be wonderful as well. Some fresh chopped chives. That's it. That's all I got. LauraInTheKitchen.com for the recipe. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me. That's the next time. Bye.